Okay, we're going on. Good afternoon. The time is now, somebody give me a time.
4:40.
4:40, yeah, 4:40.
You heard it. 4:38. This is the Education and Economic Development Committee for Orange County. I would ask that everyone please silence your phones and electronic devices. A copy of the agenda for this meeting can be found on the county website under the tab for the legislature. At this time, I would ask that you please rise for the pledge of allegiance. Mr. O'Donnell, would you lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Kelly, roll call, please.
Daniel?
Here.
Rohan?
Present.
O'Donnell?
Here.
Skevich?
Here.
Sassy?
Here.
Sierra?
Here.
Big Anger? Here. Renee?
Here. Wonderful. Okay, we have one item on the agenda today. We have Mr. Stephen Gross, who's the Director of the Economic Development for Orange County. Welcome to the
Thank you,
table
Chairman.
and to the meeting. The floor is yours.
Appreciate that. It's been a while since I've been before everybody, so I'd like to update the committee on some of the activities and efforts underway in the world of economic development. And I'm going to dive right in and go through a quick tick list with you guys. So right off the bat, in Goshen, Royal Wine, Crossing County DPW, you might have seen the big building under construction. They're wrapping up their physical construction of the actual building, in the process right now of building their facilities to create the wine and grape juice. So hopefully in the next couple months, you'll see some activity. I've noticed a lot of trucks already starting to go in and out of the facility. The racking's up, so stay tuned. More to come on that. Project Bluebird, you might have heard about this project. It's in the town of Wawayanda. It's what we're calling a mega project in the county. On Route 6, we're talking about a 3 million square foot robotics distribution facility in the works in the planning phase with the town right now. 1,500 employees with that facility, $1 billion in capital investment. We'll take an old quarry, land mine that's in active use right now and turn it into a major economic driver for that area. So that's going through the planning process right now, more to come. Project Restore in the city of Middletown, the old Genpack facility. We've heard about this. It was recently shut down. We've been working really hard to get that facility up and running, working with a candy and food packaging processor in the southern part of the county. They were actually looking to leave our county. Not only are they going to stay in that facility, they're going to expand to the Genpack facility. So you'll be hearing more about that. That's about 300 jobs coming to the city of Newburgh. We're real happy to get that facility up and running again. Project Cajun Crab, it's pretty interesting. Came out of the blue last week. A site selector from Chicago called us looking to do a high-end food processing facility, so large that it would require rail. So we're looking at some sites in the county right now for that project, and I can't talk too much more about that, but more to come. You might have seen the 84 Logistics Center right next to Walgreens in Maybrook, right by the exit off 84. Brand new logistics facility being built, 150,000 square feet. We don't think they'll have any problem filling that with a tenant. So that's in the works right now. Boyce Excavating is doing the site preparation work on that. We just last week had a European company come to us through Empire State Development looking to do a high-end data center in our county. We've met with brokers throughout the county, the partnership and the state, took them on some site visits. This project represents $500 to $750 million in capital investment just for this one project alone. So there's a lot of major projects in the works right now. More to come on that one. President Container in the town of Wallkill makes corrugated boxes. Almost everything that you order online comes in a cardboard box. Most of those are produced right here in the town of Wallkill. They just put in a new system that's going to actually allow them to almost double their capacity within their same footprint. So lots of boxes coming out of that Middletown facility. I'm going to dive over to the Conference Center feasibility study, which this committee helped support a couple years ago. That Conference Center feasibility study, which came back saying that Orange County has significant opportunities for that industry, has really led us to a couple interesting opportunities right now. We're dealing with a high-end developer looking to possibly put a real high-end corporate resort in the southern part of our county. I can't talk too much more about this. News at 11, you will be hearing some more about this in the coming weeks. That study also connected us through the actual consultants we hired to a developer looking to create a world class ice skating facility, one of the largest ice skating facilities in North America. So we're working with that developer as well. Lots going on in that realm, and that facility requires quite a bit of water, power, and utilities. So we're looking to find good sites that work in that world. We're also, in the world of tourism and hospitality, we had a company that manufactures and creates destinations off gondolas. They're looking for a scenic vista in our county, obviously between our Hudson River and Delaware rivers. We've got incredible viewpoints, looking to put a gondola tourism attraction. Basically, a gondola to the
Not
top
the
of the
Venetian,
mountain. The what?
not the Venetian.
No. I guess they're kind of tomato. It's gondola. I guess depends on who you're talking to, but we're looking at the West Point Highlands area. We've met with the city of Port Jervis. We think there's some opportunities on the top of the mountain as well there. So really trying to connect these really unique facilities to places in our county that would make great destinations. When we talk about things that we've done in our economic summits in the past, last year we focused on job creation and really the aspects tied to workforce development and preparing for the tech jobs of the future. City of Newburgh has done a really good job in that realm. $75 million has been spent on their career and technical education facility. I believe you might have been there at one of the openings. That facility, they've got all the steel up already. They're working on it very quickly with the unions. And as a result, the facility is going to really help us to have, young people trained and give the young kids in the city of Newburgh a leg up when it comes to having those skills and ability to get a employable job and career right away. We continue to work with the film and movie industry. I've been working closely with a company called Red Coral Universe. They're an online streaming service. They're looking to bring their headquarters to Orange County. They're looking to also do productions in Orange County. We've been looking at sites, including the old Armory in Middletown, the old, corner of Highland and Wickham, the big brick building that's been sitting there for years. New owners in that building, seeing what we can do to potentially get a good use in there. And possible movie studio could be a good opportunity to use that facility. So working with them on that, they're also looking, obviously that would take a little bit of renovation. So they're trying to do something to bridge the gap in the meantime with working with some other producers in the county like Umbra. We were working with Ed Magrita and the airport and the county exec's office to really explore corporate aviation hangars at Orange County Airport. They're also looking to expand the runway very minimally, but enough to incorporate us to be able to bring in larger corporate jets. The small increase to the runway size would allow us to bring in the next level of commercial aviation jets. So we think that there's some opportunities out there as well. I know, Mr. Menuda, you walked with me a couple months ago on a Saturday morning in the snow of a small facility in New Windsor. We had a company looking to produce mini homes, tiny home manufacturer. There was just happens to be this one facility in New Windsor that had a gantry built in, which basically is a crane lifting, so they can build on one side and manipulate the tiny home to completion through the other side of the building. They just signed the lease the other day, so you should be hearing some good news on that coming forward. So good project. Appreciate you being out there on that cold morning, but I think we hope
It was cold, a lot of snow on the ground.
hope to get the deal done. Hospitality and hotels continue to develop.
The old Ironworks building,
Yeah.
300.
Residence Inn has a new ownership. The Candlewood Inn in the county is under construction. There's a new boutique hotel in Cornwall underway. The CFA process, I think awarded them some good, okay. Keep moving on that one. A lot going on in the Middletown area, the potential talk about a Hilton Hotel downtown. And the old Banta Steak and Stein in New Windsor is being looked at for a hospitality site as well. So lots going on in the county, a lot of interest as well with respect to hotel development. We also have in Middletown Polycraft, which is well under construction. That is going to be the plastics facility in the industrial area, looking at other sites in that industrial area to develop as well. Business assistance continues. We've worked with companies like Student Bus Company, trying to open up in Goshen, helping them navigate some issues with the health department. We did the same thing with big housing department, the Tuxedo Reserve in the southern part of the county. That's over 1,600 homes in the Tuxedo area, looking to really help streamline and bridge that gap between the business community and the government agencies. Other companies we've worked with in the last couple months, the Warwick Conference Center, Trade Trans in Chester. I believe Kathy, a constituent of yours, Jason Hoffman Insurance. I've spoken with them. And Chris Hahn, I've spoken to you about him in the past. He's a developer looking to do a high-end memory care facility. He did the first one in Columbia County, got it up and running. Now he's looking to duplicate it down here. So connecting him as well. Lots going on, meeting with municipalities, Cornwall, Tuxedo, Again, I mentioned that project in Tuxedo. There's over 3,600 units of housing planned in that Tuxedo area in the next couple of years, an 1,100 unit development and a 1,600 unit development on the other side, really changing that area as well. Shifting gears a little bit, the foreign trade zone. I got to tell you, in the last 2 weeks, I've probably had more calls than in the last 2 years, and I think we can all understand why. Lots of interest in the foreign trade zone with the tariff situation going on. We have an FTZ attorney in the mix. He's been doing this for 35 years. As he tells me every day, it's like starting over for him, and he's really, trying to keep up to date with all the changes that are coming in. But we've had calls from companies like Teledyne, LaCroix, and Rockland. Royal Wine is interested right down the road here to possibly be in. We have a Long Island electronics distributor. We've had a handbag manufacturer in Highlands. Companies from right over the water in Pennsylvania have reached out to us, but unfortunately we can't go beyond state lines. We can go beyond our county lines, but we can't go beyond our state lines. So that was a bridge too far, but people are starting to realize FTZ 37 is open and it could provide benefits, deferring trade, tariffs, duties, and other issues that they would be paying to import. So we'll see what we can do to really kick up the foreign trade zone. I think it's going to be the year for the foreign trade zone. We've got some activities coming up. We're going to be doing an FTZ webinar with the U.S. Department of Commerce in May. We did that last year, generated some interest. We'll let you know when that's coming out as well. We're also planning the 4th annual Economic Summit, building off the last 3. The first one we did was focused on infrastructure. The second one focused on our tourism and hospitality and film sectors. Our third one focused on workforce development and job training for the future. We're working to develop the theme for the 4th one, but a lot of things kicking around right now around technology, around 25 years of accomplishments and what the next 25 will bring, and how we're planning for those future jobs. So lots going on in our county. We're also in that season for the CFA grant process. So keep your eyes open. Tons of information available on Empire State Development's website with respect to funding opportunities and incentives. And urge everybody to check out esd.gov to learn those opportunities. Other than that, any questions?
Thank you. Anyone, questions?
Can you go way back to the beginning on this conference feasibility
Sure.
thing? Because we've talked about it and and I know we got money to do this study, but is there anything, did they finish it? Did we get any
The study's
results
been
from it?
completely, absolutely. The study's been completed, reported to this committee several times. Happy to get you a copy again to read to you. Bottom line is the study said that Orange County is not in a position to support 1 conference center. We're in a position to support possibly 2 conference centers. And the basis of that was that we could have a large multi-purpose facility that could have modular walls being, used for different events, sporting, corporate, retreats, those sort of things, and a smaller one that would be more on the corporate, corporate training and retreat center, more of a high class destination facility as opposed to more of a larger civic center kind of.
Well, I think that the last we had heard about it, you were going out and there were 4 sites that were kind of on the scope, but
Correct.
I might have missed that meeting, but I didn't hear back what the fallout had been from those
Yep.
4, or if we were expanding that to look in a different direction.
Yeah, we looked at the number of sites we looked at. The consulting came back and said those are good sites, but we actually have other sites you should look at. And really, it's opened up some dialogue in certain areas of the county that we really can't discuss as of yet, but you will be hearing some information, I would say, in the next 3 to 4 months.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. That was what I was looking for.
Let's stay on this topic for a second. So, does anybody else have questions on this particular topic?
Can you disclose the areas?
The areas that we looked at, originally we looked at let me see if I can get this straight. We looked at the Middletown corridor, the Woodbury Common corridor, and the Stewart Airport corridor. Obviously, those all felt, very tangible based on our knowledge. Each one had its own pluses and minuses from the report. Some had abilities to deal with walkability, but didn't have hotels, had the ability to have restaurants nearby. So when they looked at all those sites, they thought they were all great, but they're not perfect. Woodbury Commons is incredible, but there's no land to do it down there. You need parking, you need all these other aspects to support this facility. So they pretty much ruled out the southern part of the county, all 3 that we put out there. And they came back with other sites, such as the Tuxedo area, the Goshen hospitality area, We're thinking with the fairgrounds in Middletown as well. I'll happily get you a copy of that and we'll review it together.
There's nothing down in Harriman. They've been talking for years about trying to develop that around where the train gets off.
Correct,
And so I know the land is there,
yes.
and so forth, but there wasn't any, I
That's-
know it's privately owned right now because they keep saying,
Yeah,
Not a different ownership program.
yeah, that's,
And a big brownfield.
that's the parasite too.
Yeah.
yeah, they got that and they got a lot
Right.
of water.
So with respect to moving that item forward,
Mm.
where do we stand?
We've had meetings with the county executive's office as recently as 2 weeks ago with the large developer who came in and at this point is not ready to make anything public, but will in the next few months.
This is for the retreat or this is for the
The
larger?
retreat, the smaller of the two.
And roughly in size, not to put you on the spot if you don't know, how many thousands, tens of thousands of square feet are we looking for a large conference center?
The large conference center would support the ability to have, we've talked about this in the past, large events like the Chamber Ball and the partnership event that right now we can't find a facility in Orange County that won't hold more than 600 people, roughly 6, 7. The facility size would really depend on the aspects that it would be used for. We think it would be best used as a modular facility that you can put up walls and make it large, make it smaller, hold multiple events at once if you needed to. Sports tourism, all those sorts of aspects. So
So size, scale, Jacob Javits Center, Madison Square Garden, larger, smaller,
I
modular?
don't think we put a square footage on it as of yet, because
Okay.
there's a lot of moving parts, including where we're gonna locate that, the property that it's gonna be located on, whether it's gonna, some of the things they put into the consideration. If you had a name brand theme that could be a standalone, would change things potentially. A Great Wolf Lodge standalone conference center. Those are the kind of things that really get into the mix when you're talking about how to develop that.
So I think the programming is gonna be important to determine what that is, and so what can we accommodate as a county, what are the needs?
Yeah.
Okay, any other topics that he's brought up with regard to today's presentation? No, okay, I got 3. New Windsor, we have 3 sites that have been demoed, happily, 2 of them. The Hess Station at the corner, that has gone through planning. It's gonna be a beautiful new presentation, that corner. I
What's
don't-
up- where, I'm sorry.
The intersection at Vale's Gate.
Five corners?
Five
Five
corners. Gate.
Okay, thank you.
That station was put down.
Yeah.
The owner worked with the supervisor and planning board to do that, so that we could get rid of that eyesore that's been there for 20 years. But we're having a problem with New York State DOT, and the approvals process. I don't know what there is from our, kit of parts or kit toolkit that we can do to help facilitate that. So I'd like to just make that ask, and if
Sure.
there's anything we can do, I'd like to see that happen. The Stekenstein property, again, that's been down for about a year. They got fencing on that, whether you like it or not, it was taken down, but, to have these sites barren the way they are, is just an eyesore.
Right.
So we're trying to get the momentum on these. And the last one, they took down the, movie theater, which was Distant Theater.
Yep.
Okay, and so that is now down. So the
Gotcha.
owner bought that property, had ideas of developing it in a certain way that is not zoned for that. And so how do we bring them to the table to get them to talk, to say, listen, here's how we're gonna move forward together. So those are some items in my jurisdiction that I'd like, us
Happy to
work
sit
on.
with you and chat and, with the town as well. I think they're gonna be key players for that discussion and see what we can do.
Thank you.
So the condo project or the apartments is dead at the movie theater?
What's that?
The condo.
It's not zoned for it. It's not zoned for residential or
But
housing.
It's a
That's moving through
business.
the town, the town that says no?
It's not zoned for it. So
So they
the
have
process, they're gonna have to go through some sort of process.
Yeah.
But
Years.
at current, it's not zoned for it. It's zoned commercial in the front, residential for a small portion in the back.
But the developers canned it, they're not going through that?
They're in negotiations with the town now
Okay.
as to what to do, but whatever we can do to help them move that forward.
Right.
Okay. Anyone? Awesome. Thank you very much for coming in today and updating us on all this information.
Thank you.
That
Okay,
said,
don't go nowhere.
Not going.
I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Come on.
Okay. Thank you all very much.
Yeah, state it.